morning team. So this video is dedicated to all the lunatics who like to get out there and ride in the winter, me included. So it's about 3 degrees. I'm absolutely frozen. Luckily I ain't got far to go. So I'm going into work for a couple of hours and then we are going camping, believe it or not. Yeah, it's going to be a cold one tonight. The reason I want to go camping is, well, firstly enjoy it, and secondly I've got a brand new tent. It's never been up before and I want to give it a go. So as I said, yeah, a couple of hours at work and then straight into the camping. I'll have to pop out and get some grub as well because I ain't got anything. So I'll come back to you in a bit. Right guys, work took a little bit longer than what I was expecting. So it's now going 1 o'clock. I've got about 3 hours daylight left if that, so I need to get shifty on. I didn't really show you my bag in the last video that I made, but as you can see it's like a sissy bar type duffel bag. I'll be absolutely honest with you guys, I was going to make a video of how to make one, but I'm the world's worst teacher. I started watching it back and I was like, no way, I'm not showing this. So if you do want to learn how to make leather, just go on YouTube, look up videos, veg tan leather, waxed canvas, and you'll find all the techniques explained far better than what I could ever explain to you. So that's how I learned, YouTube. Right guys, this is the tent I've gone for. It's a Regatta V2 4-man apparently air tent. It's the first ever air tent I've owned. Now, as you know, I used to go camping with Carrie, but we're obviously divorcing at the minute, so I've got to think of tents that I can put up by myself. I was using that little Coleman bedrock, but it's too tiny, honestly, you can't stand up in it. And then I was using my hot tent, but obviously without the stove. The problem with that is it's really, really cold. So the last rally I was on, I literally froze at night. It's got no ground sheet, and also it's open at the sides, if that makes sense. So I've been looking at air tents. Now, air tents are about twice the weight of conventional pole tents, so you do have to think about what you can actually carry on a bike. Now, I know obviously you can carry a bit more on a bike than what you can carry if you're walking, but you still need to be wary of the weight. So the last tent that we were using for the rallies was the Van Gogh Beta 450 XL. It was a really good tent, but it took 2 people to put it up because of the poles. You needed to hold 1 pole in, thread it through, etc. It weighed in just over 8 kilograms. This tent is 10.6 kilograms. I've been checking and checking. It is a bit bulky, but it's not as heavy as what it probably looks. It's 10.6 for the sake of 2 kilos. If it is as simple to put up as what it claims to be, then I'll be happy. Right, I haven't had this out of the bag yet. Tell a lie, I took it out and sort of unwrapped it in the living room just to check if the pegs were there. I couldn't find a pump, so I brought my own pump from the garage. So if there's no pump in here, I've already told the company and they said, oh, the pump should be in there. So if there is no pump in here, then they'll be asked to supply a pump. But let's get it up. Oh, and I can't find a pump in there, so Regatta looks like you'll be supplying me a pump. As usual, pretty naff peg, so I brought my own. But guys, I've got to say, I'm quite impressed with this. I'll give you the proper tour in a little bit. Yeah, so I want to go and get some food for dinner before it gets dark and the schools start kicking out, filling up the shops. So I'm just going to throw everything in here for the time being, and then when we come back we'll set it up properly. But so far I'm quite impressed. Although that one there is a little bit confirmed. I think that's me on the outside, not pegging it in the right position. Will do. I'm not going to put the the guy lines out. It's not meant to get windy tonight. In fact, it's meant to get extra cold tonight, so we'll see how warm or cold this tent actually is, but I'll be back in a bit. Right guys, so I'm just heading in to get some grub for tonight, and most importantly some beer. I haven't had a beer for ages now. I gotta say, so far I'm quite impressed with that tent. I know it was the first time putting it up and there's a little bit of confusion, a little bit of emotion, but for the size of that tent, putting it up by yourself, I couldn't have done that with poles. The poles would have just kept popping out. So yeah, so far quite impressed. Obviously there is no pump inside it, as you saw, so that'll have to be something I get onto the supplier with. I fancy a juicy steak tonight, christening a new tent.
Subscribe, click the links down below so I make a time. Comment, say hi, hit the bell so I know I'll see you next time. Smash like, subscribe, click the links down below so I make a time. Comment, say hi, hit the bell so I know I'll see you next time. Next time, next time, so I know I'll see you next time. Next time, next time, so I know I'll see you next time. Next time, next time, so I know I'll see you next time. Next time, next time, so I know I'll see you next time.
Right guys, this bag I made, just to give you a quick once over, it's got the sort of belt straps for securing it to your sissy bar, and I've made it with 3 compartments. You got your central compartment where you can stick your sleeping bag and whatever you want in there, your quilt, your table, your chair, blah, whatever you want. It's also got 2 bulkhead type compartments at the end for sticking a game, whatever you want in there. Guys, get yourself on YouTube, look up how to make leather things. You'll find it's a lot easier than what you think, and very rewarding. Right guys, the temperature is definitely dropping now as the sun goes down, hence why I've got my softy jacket on and my hat. Before I sit down and have a beer, I'll just give you the grand tour. So as you see, I haven't put the guy lines up. There's no real need to. Hopefully it's meant to be a really still, cold night, so hopefully some nice star trails tonight. I've got to say, I'm actually quite impressed with this tent so far. Like, for the size of it, for one person to put up. Yeah, I had a bit of a mission at the start putting up the internal compartment, because I couldn't work out which was the front and which was the back, so I ended up having to take off the yellow tabs to go to the back, but it's color coded, so I'll show you. So you've got, oh, I've missed one there, but you got the I missed a couple actually. You've got the red tabs and the yellow tabs, and all you do is just connect them up. But look at the size of this place in here, and it's that like sort of dark material, so in the summer when you get the sun come up early in the morning, you'll still be able to keep it dark so you can lie on. Normal sleeping system. I've got my FE active cot bed. I've got my snug pack, I can't remember what you call this sleeping bag, but anyway. And I've also bought, after the last camp, a thermal like sort of a quilt, so we'll see how we get on. I've got my sleeping bag booties, yeah, you better believe it. And I've also got my trackies to get into if I need to. Although this may seem overkill just for one person, I'm getting to the stage now where I like luxury, and I want the tent that if it's raining I can sit inside and cook inside. And it's quite good. So you've got your, obviously, your window with the screen you can roll down. You've got an inner and an outer, so you've got like what I call a fly screen, which you can roll down and just have it, and then you've got the door obviously you can roll down, and in front of that you've got 2 hook points. So I've got my light for later and one up there, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to say, you've got a couple of pockets on the inside of the bedroom compartment. yeah, so far quite impressed. Oh, nice to sit down at last. I've done 6 full days and today was my 7th day in work. I was in for 3 hours this morning, so, and then I've got tomorrow off and then I'm back in for another full set. Oh well. So I went all hipster with the beers for this camp when I just popped to the shop there. So I'm going to start out with a Beavertown Bloody L beer with juice, 5.5%. Oh, I haven't had a beer in a couple of weeks. Cheers. Oh, it's nice. Best part of the camp. Unfortunately, I think, guys, the problem with doing the videos in the winter is there's very little daylight, so a lot of it's just going to be me sat in the tent later. So it's either going to be a very short video or a very boring video. I really want to do some more hot tent camping, but the problem is, it's where I went before, there's not any wood left to burn, so I've got to think about somewhere else. Or I could come here, I suppose, but the problem is I've got to then transport the wood, so I'd have to go and buy a bag of wood. I suppose I could do it in a couple of trips, so I get the wood and drop it off, stash it somewhere, and then come back the next day with my tent and stove. Just nice to sit in peace and quiet. Oh, it is chilly out there. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon and already the temperature has taken a right plummet. So I'm here in the warmth of the tent. Not I'm seriously contemplating getting into my sleeping bag. I think I'm gonna have a cup of tea actually. Oh, the heat. Just sitting in here, it's amazing the amount of space. It's just nice to have plenty of room to put your stuff. I know this is supposedly a 4-man tent, but yeah, any old fool can rough it. I do think as well, obviously, being the first time I put it up, I didn't really know what I was doing, but it definitely is worth now the next time pegging out loosely the outsides, inflating your air beams, and then getting the outside done. I reckon if you know what you're doing with this tent, you probably have it fully up 10-15 minutes by yourself, which I think is pretty good going for this size of tent. Yeah, quite impressed so far. What I do wish I'd brought was my fingerless gloves. I'm really feeling it actually in my hands now. Much needed that. I was tempted just to leave it boiling a bit more, fill the place up with steam. Oh, I'm not complaining. I knew it was going to be freezing cold tonight. It is what it is, isn't it? That's why I got my softy jacket on. I'm wondering, my next investment, a proper 4-season sleeping bag. So any recommendations? I've been looking and seem to range from £300 up to thousands of pounds. I really don't want to spend that much on a sleeping bag, but if anyone's any recommendations, I'd be very keen to hear them. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this brew and I'll come back to you when we're doing dinner. See you in a bit. Tent's already starting to crisp up. It's not even 7 o'clock at night. Yeah. It's going to be a chilly one. Yeah. I'm thinking I should have actually brought my cover for my bike. I'm just hoping the battery survives the night. I've got my jump starter just in case. Right guys, I'm not gonna try and bullshit you here. I've put my trackies on underneath my riding jeans, and I've also put my sleeping bag thermal booty things underneath my bike boots, and actually feel quite nice. The only parts of me are cold are my hands and my nose, so I need a nose warmer, and I should have brought my fingerless gloves, but anyway, never mind. Anyway, it's dinner time. So, as I've already said, dinner's steak with a medley of veg. So first, some of these nice little decorative tomatoes. Baby corns. And a handful of mushrooms. So the sirloin steak that I got has come with one of these little, it's called smoked garlic and caramelized onion butter. So I'm going to throw the butter in now and it'll flavour everything, and then I'll do the steak at the very end. Oh, that smells good. Let's make a hole for our steak. Look at that steak. You know what guys, right, I think the last time I was here, no not the last time but the time before, I cooked on that Primus type stove, that MSR Dragonfly. I'm going to say something, I prefer these simple little gas stoves for simplicity. There's no priming, there's no refilling, there's no, as soon as one canister's done, chuck it. So just carry a spare canister with you all the time. And you can pick them up in any hardware shop, you can buy them online. Yeah, those Primus stoves, yeah, they're all right because you can run them on anything, petrol or white spirit or diesel even, but I just find it really difficult to use. It's all about simplicity. Right, I reckon we're about done here. Tell you, that's definitely warmed up the tent. I'm looking forward to this. So a big dinner deserves a big beer. So we got another Buxton, I don't know if you can see that, Buxton Kingslayer double IPA, 8%. Oh, it's nice. You can definitely taste strong currant underneath though. Couldn't have too many of them. Right, let's try a steak first. I've been waiting all day for this. Oh, perfect. Check that out. Perfectly done. How long did that take to do? 10 minutes? Such an easy dinner. Oh, there's like proper little sugar cubes, these tomatoes. I love simple dinners like this when you're camping. Oh, that was delicious. That was one of the nicest dinners I've had while I've been out camping. So just while I'm letting my dinner go down, talk about future plans. So next year, it's November now, if you're watching this in the future, just in case you wonder, so it's November next year. I've got a few more rallies booked in, some different ones that I haven't been to before, just to mix things up a bit. I've got a lot of changes going on in personal life, as in divorce and sorting out the house and things like that, so we've got a little bit of that going on. It's nothing dramatic, everything's all amicable, it just drags on a little bit, and it sort of leaves you in a state of flux really while you're waiting for things to be sorted out and that. So yeah, it's sad really, but it is what it is. Can't be helped. One of the things hopefully next year, my pal Terry, who, if you remember from a few videos ago, we had a chat about his travels when he's been to the States and taking it. He exports his Harley over there and then rides it around for several months. He is doing that again next year. He reckons it'll be his last time of doing it, and he wants to vlog while he's over there. He wanted me to go with him, but everything going on and I couldn't afford it really. I can't take that amount of time off work. So what we've done is I've lent him a couple of my action cameras. He's going to vlog as he goes along, and then I'm going to do the editing for him, and hopefully they'll be on the video, hopefully they'll be on the channel soon. A load of different videos of his travels. I mean, he's gone for 3 months, so there's going to be a lot to do, so that'll be running alongside my regular stuff. It is a lot of work, a lot of editing, but he is a good pal, and you know, I like doing things for people. I'm actually making for him at the minute a tank bag, a magnetic tank bag out of leather, because when I was last at his, we measured up his tank on his Fat Boy and worked out the size. It's quite small, 7 by 7 inches. So making a little square tank bag so he can keep the camera batteries and the memory cards and that in there. So when he does stop the change of battery, you don't need to mess around getting them out of bags. You can literally just unzip it in front of him and slot in a new battery and keep going. So yeah, a lot going on. Not all of it good, but it is just life, isn't it? Just one chapter coming to an end, but the ride still goes on. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and enjoy this King Slayer at 8%. It's probably not one of my more favourite ones. It's a little bit too potent, if you like, and you can taste the potency, whereas some of them are very subtle. You can actually taste this one, but it'll do. It's jolly tasty. Properly frozen. Yeah. Oh no. Cold bum in the morning, I think. It's best to get back indoors. Right guys, I'm gonna say goodnight. It's been a nice evening, just sat chilling there, like as in literally chilling, freezing. Nah, it's not been too bad actually inside. It is really cold outside. I've just been out and brushed my teeth, and it is proper icy out there. So it could be quite an interesting morning packing up, but I'm sure we'll be okay. This new sort of thermal quilt type thing I bought, it's no specific brand, it's just a generic one off Amazon. It actually, it's got stud buttons down the side, so you can turn it into a sleeping bag liner, which I've done, although I've managed to unpop a lot of the zips getting in, but it's still almost double the warmth quality of the sleeping bag, so hopefully I'll be alright. My tootsies are a little bit chilly. I've got those thermal sock things on, but yeah, I'm sure I'll be alright. I've been in colder, so I'll see you in the morning. Night. Morning campers. That was actually quite a nice pleasant evening and a night. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't cold, although I did have on this base layer t-shirt, put on a hoodie, then put on my softy jacket. I had on a pair of trackies underneath my bike jeans, and I had on those sleeping bag booties. I was wrapped up in the thermal quilt inside the sleeping bag, and it was actually quite pleasant. Didn't feel cold at all. Don't know when I fell asleep, probably about 11 o'clock. Got woke up at 2 o'clock. I think there was a tawny owl in the tree right above me. He just let me know I was on his patch. So I was awake for a little bit then, and after that, I think it was a little owl that was chirping, and every time the little owl chirped, the tawny owl went off for another 2 minutes. So yeah, I mean, there were worse things to get woken up by, so it was quite pleasant. I'm really impressed with that tent, I've got to say. As long as they send the pump out, then I'll be keeping it. I think it's a game changer, to be perfectly honest. When I go to rallies, it's for the size of it, it's just so much easier to do everything in a bigger tent. Like, I'm about to start packing up. I can literally pack up everything inside without dragging it through all the frost. And also the inside, the inner compartment, it unclips, so I can collapse all it before taking the outer down. What I'm going to do is the inner, when I've taken it, collapsed it inside, I'm going to deflate the outside and then roll it up inside the outer, and that way when you strap it on, you're not actually putting pressure onto the air beams. Although they are pretty rigid, it's best just to protect them as much. But I've checked all the air beams this morning, none of them are showing any signs of losing any pressure, so really impressed with that. What I am going to do is hopefully start the bike and let it run for 10 minutes or so, just to try and melt some of the ice that's on it. Fingers crossed. I did bring my jump starter kit, but we'll give it a go. Well, I didn't like starting, but did. Yeah. Right guys, that's me packed up. I've got to be honest with you, I find this a real struggle trying to get this tent back into the bag. It's difficult by yourself, and also it's wet, there's probably a bit of air trapped in it. I don't know why they don't just make a bag where you set it in and then you can tighten it with straps, rather than these sausage bags where you got to try and roll up and stuff it in. So I might make something out of canvas, just makes it easier. I mean, the hot tent, I've got the one Tigris Rock Fortress. It's got one of those bags where you zip across the top and you can roll it up, push it in and get it in. This is just ridiculous. So I think I'll end up making my own bag to put it in. But apart from that, tent spot on. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, ride often and ride safe. Cheers.